जय जय रघुवीर समर्थ. Hello friends, my name is Rohit Bapat. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we will see the meaning of Manache Shlok, the Shlok number 5 in simple English. The meaning that I understood, it is my interpretation of Manache Shlok, that is verses for mind. First we will see the Shlok itself and then we will try to understand the meaning behind it. The Shlok goes as this. मना पाप संकल्प सोडून द्यावा, मना सत्य संकल्प जीवी धरावा, मना कल्पना ते नको विषयांची, विकारे घडे हो जनी सर्वचीची. Now if I translate this shlok in English, it might go as, O mind, do not indulge in sinful schemes or acts. Mana papa sankalpa soduni द्यावा. Mana means mind. Papa sankalpa is a scheme or a plan to commit a sin, a papa karma. Pap is sin. Sankalpa is more like scheme or plan or thought of acting. Mana papa sankalpa soduni द्यावा. Soduni द्यावा means do not get indulged into. Leave them. Soduni द्यावा, leave them. So, O mind, do not indulge in sinful schemes or acts. Mana satya sankalpa जीवी धरावा. Mana, O mind, satya sankalpa. Satya is the truth. And now here when we say truth, it doesn't only mean the truth as the fact. Fact is different, truth is different. The truth in Sanatan culture, truth in Advaita Siddhanta, the truth in Indian culture, Bharatiya culture means the one truth that defines the way everything is working. The truth that is the path for reaching the ultimate place of moksha. So, O mind, mana satya sankalpa जीवी धरावा. Satya sankalpa, the scheme or the plan or the acts that will lead you towards the satya, the truth, जीवी धरावा. Jeevi Dharava. Now this is a Marathi phrase. So if you directly translate the Jeev, then it might mean like a living being or living creature. But that is not the case. It's in Marathi. It's a Marathi phrase called Jeevi Dharava, which means keep close to you. Keep close to you. Keep close as if it is your own body. Keep it close enough. So, O mind, keep doing the acts that will lead you to the truth or keep you on the path of the truth. The third line goes as Mana kalpana te nako vishayanchi. Mana, mind, O mind. Kalpana, the thoughts. Kalpana is the dreams, the fantasy, the thoughts. Mana kalpana te nako. Nako means do not have it. No. Mana kalpana te nako vishayanchi. Now vishayanchi means of the vishayas. The vishaya has a deeper meaning. So if I translate it as it is, it will be, O mind, don't let the worldly and bodily desires engulf you. O mind, do not have the thoughts, do not have the fantasies of these desires. Mana kalpana te nako vishayanchi. And the last line is Vikare jade ho jani sarvachichi. Vikare ghade ho jani sarvachichi. Vikara means some kind of sickness. Vikare ghade means the ghatna, the happening. It happens. If this sickness happens to you, if this sickness happens, if this sickness manifests itself, and once you fall prey to these sicknesses, vikare ghade ho jani sarvachichi. Ho means happens again. Jani means in society, in people. Jana means people. Vikare ghade ho jani. Jani means in society, within the people, within the good people. Chichi. Chichi, if you understand Hindi slightly, then chi chi is a phrase that talks about, or that encompasses the disgust about something which is not good, like chi, this is not good. So this is the way I interpreted it, this phrase that vikare ghade ho jani sarva chichi. Once you fall prey to this sickness, you will face nothing but embarrassment, because people will be disgusted, and you will also lose the face in the society. Now this is the translation. Now I will provide you something that I understood from this verse and my interpretation. The verses of mind, the Marathi Shlok, are composed for all of us, all the mortal beings, to live in harmony in the society, to live with peace, to live with dignity in the society. Dignity is also as important as anything else in the world. In fact, if your dignity is intact, you are more respected than if your dignity is not intact and you are still rich or something. The dignity is also important, but keeping in mind the truth, the ultimate truth, the Satya, that is the definition of everything that goes and becomes one with that. That is the truth, the ultimate truth of the world, that keeps you on the track of dharma. Now in this shlok, there is no dharma is not mentioned here, but in many of the verses we will see that dharma is mentioned. Now this dharma is not something that we know today. We'll talk about it later sometime. But these verses of mind also ask the mind to be on the path of dharma. Now you will realize why these why these verses are targeted towards the mind, because mind is the primary source of any action. Something comes to your mind and then you act. So if you can control the mind, you can control almost any of your actions. This is the power of mind. So these shlok, these verses are directly guided towards the mind. You control the mind, you control everything. And this is also told in Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam and Upanishads and everywhere. In fact, these verses are also, as you can say, the filtered knowledge of all those scriptures. Coming back to this shlok, according to me, what this shlok says is, do not even have the thought of doing anything which is not dharma. I am not talking about right and wrong, because right and wrong can be subjective. Dharma, on the other hand, I am not talking about swadharma, I am talking about dharma. Dharma talks about do that is beneficial for everyone. Because when you try to get involved in the schemes of belittling someone, or trying to harm someone, trying to get on the path of sin, adharma, you will lose the track of your life. You will get deranged. So what to do? Do not get involved in those thoughts. So anytime you feel that you are jealous of someone, anytime you feel that your mind is creating schemes which are not actually truth, which are not actually on the path of dharma. Now everyone knows what is dharma and what is not dharma. Okay? And those people who do not understand what is dharma and not dharma, basically those are criminal people. But normal human beings know what is dharma and what is not dharma. And these verses were composed for those people who are normal, socially living people. Okay? Do not get indulged into those thoughts and into those acts. The moment you see your mind is trying to think about those sinful acts or schemes, stop it. Stop it. At that moment, stop that thought. Then what to do? Because when you try to stop the thought that comes to your mind keeps on thinking about that more and more and more aggressively. So what to do in that case? Mana Satya Sankalpa Jivi Dharava. Get onto the path of the truth. It is difficult. It is difficult. I know it is difficult. Because when you are engulfed by all the shadripus, all the desires, the anger, then the jealousy, then the lobha, desires of all kinds. It's difficult for your mind to get on the track, but try it. Stop those sinful thoughts and try to get on the path of the truth. Try to align yourself to the dharma. Mana Satya Sankalpa Jivi Dharava. Keep it close to you as if it's your body. Slowly and slowly you will see that all these sinful thoughts don't come to your mind anymore. It takes time, it takes practice, but you will have to start somewhere. So anytime a sinful thoughts, a dharma, papa comes to your mind, stop thinking about that and start thinking about the truth. Start thinking about the Parabrahma. Start thinking about that Supreme Lord Head. That is the Paramatma, that what we talk about. Try to think about that. Try to think about what is the path of truth. What is the path that will lead me to dharma and not the adharma. That is Mana Satya Sankalpa Jivi Dharava. Mana Kalpana Te Nako Vishayanchi, the third sentence that talks about it. Don't even think about those desires, because the moment you have these worldly and bodily desires, now Vishaya is not only about worldly desires or bodily desires, it's about materialistic desires as well. And today we see in the world around us, there are a lot of people who are so much engulfed in these desires that they go on the wrong path. For example, it's a bad example. I'm very sorry to talk about it, but this is the reality, sadly. Whenever we open a newspaper, we read about the sexual harassments, the rapes, the kidnaps, all the criminal acts, which makes you think about, okay, what kind of person is doing this? What kind of animal is doing it? It is not animal. It is basically a person who is engulfed in the desires. That desires are so strong that forces man or woman or anyone really to commit the crime, to commit the adharma. So before you start acting on those thoughts, stop them. The moment you see that you are not going on the path of dharma and truth, stop it. Mana kalpana te nako vishayanchi, don't even have the thought of it, don't even fantasize it. No, And it's kind of a prayer also that says, "Oh mind, please try not to fantasize any kind of desires, worldly, bodily, any kind of desires." And there is a very profound philosophy behind this sentence as well. I'll tell you that. What is not yours is not yours. The moment we start realizing that what is not yours is not yours, you don't own it. And if you don't own it, it does not belong to you. The moment we start realizing this, you will see that the desires fade away far more quickly than you can think. Because the desire is always about when you don't own anything, when you don't have something, and you're trying to have it by force or by any means. But the moment you tell yourself what is not yours is not yours, then your mind will be under control. I see this philosophy behind this line. Please let me know if you have any other thoughts. But this is what this third line means according to me. This is my interpretation. That mana kalpana te nako vishayanchi. Don't have these thoughts. Don't have these thoughts. Vikare ghade ho jani sarva chichi. Because once you get involved in this adharma, once you get involved in this papa, there is no way back. There is no way back. Then people will feel embarrassed about you. People will sometimes even forget all the good things you have done in your life. Because adharma will always be adharma, no matter what. Vikare ghade ho jani sarva chichi. Society will be disgusted about your deeds, about your existence. Now I'll tell you a small incidents from Mahabharata and you'll understand what I'm talking about. Karna was not a bad person. He was not a bad person. But his desires were so strong, his anger was so strong, his jealousy about Pandavas was so strong that he forgot in the palace of Hastinapur that a woman's dignity can never be less than anything. He forgot about that. All he remembered was that he wanted to marry Draupadi. Draupadi insulted him, Pandavas insulted him, everyone insulted him, all the hardships he has to go through. No one is denying that. But unfortunately, at that moment, instead of saving Draupadi, he got indulged in adharma. It does not matter where you come from. It does not matter where you come from. It does not matter what happened to you in your life. A woman's dignity can never be compromised. This is exactly, I think, is the crux of this shlok. So thank you everyone. This was my interpretation of shlok number 5 of Manache Shlok. Please let me know if you have any thoughts or suggestions or any other interpretations. I'll be happy to read those in your comments. If you like this interpretation, please do share and help me share this knowledge to those who do not understand Marathi. Let us not have this knowledge only for those who know the language. The knowledge should go beyond language. So help me spread the words of Samartha Ramdas Swami and also our Sanatan culture. Thank you.